we go. Guild 0011 GP Charlotte pairings. Let's go. Yeah, that sounds great, right? Noble Hierarch and stuff. Probably fetch basic forest here. All my colors, so might as well. How many play points do I currently have? A good amount. I bought a couple of play point bundles when they were on. I think they're still on sale actually, but I bought a couple of play point bundles. Sea Chrome Coast could be a couple different things. Play this Brushland out. I think I want to evolve this into anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and attack for 1 here. Plan to play the Thought-Knot Seer out next turn. Smuggler's Copter. Okay, yep, sure. Alright. Turn. 3 Squid Daddy, let's go. Squid Billy's in the house. What you got over there, opponent? Glory Bound innate. Let's like take this opt. It makes their Snapcaster Mage significantly worse, right? I feel like I'm just gonna take this opt. Sure. Glory to the innate. Yeah, this is nothing like that Esper list. It's just like the only card in common is here. The Smuggler's Copter Beads is something completely different. Discarded Tech Edge, okay. They drew a Mutavault. Okay, so they still have a Plains in their hand. Things worth noting. I'm just gonna play another Thought-Knot Seer, I think, here. Kaboo again. I think I want to just take the Vendilion Click out of their hand. It has the most attack when on defense. Correct them for 5 here. You can respond to crewing by killing the creature, but killing the creature won't do anything. You can respond to them crewing, but like killing this, the thing that's crewed it, doesn't change the fact that this has been crewed. If we hit a land next turn, we can actually go Kitchen Finks into Eldritch Evolution for Reality Smasher and just like crunch them for infinite. Not quite lethal, but might as well be. I mean, you wouldn't be Twitch chat if you didn't want the person running the worst deck to win. People love terrible Magic decks. Selfless Spirit, sure. Yep. I think I'm just gonna path this. Just gonna path this. Deny them a loot on this basic plains. They have Snapcaster Mage Plains and some other cards. Sure, gain 4. Like, we're in a pretty enviable spot, right? Like, lands are good draws, non-lands are good draws. Voice of Resurgence, that's a fine draw. Go ahead and play that out. Flash and Snapcaster Mage, that's fine. I don't know their last card right now, right? Attack for 8. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, wait, they didn't. They just took the damage. Alright, well, I should have done this pre-combat. Now we get to make them really sad. Let's evolve this into an Orzhov Pontiff. Because Orzhov Pontiff is great. Talk about the one black card in our 75. You didn't want those creatures, did you, opponent? You weren't too attached to those? I don't want to play Magic anymore. That's so weird. So weird. Alright, I don't know what the opponent's doing. This voice is probably good. It looks like they're like playing flashy stuff. So saying, hey, you can't do stuff on my turn is probably reasonable. These Eldritch Evolutions actually kind of bad here. I feel like I want to trim some of these. Opponent likely has access to what's it called? Spell Queller and stuff and counter magic, so this is probably not fantastic against those. I'll leave a couple in. I don't know that I want any of the rest of these cards. I guess Linvala is kind of cute, right? It like blocks their flying troops. And it shuts off Selfless Spirit. I don't think Thrun is very good. Thrun gets spell quellered still. Kitchen Finks seems fine. It's just like a ground pounder that gains some health. They could run a sweeper. I don't know that my opponent's deck... I guess with Selfless Spirit, maybe there's a sweeper on the table. They could have, like, Dusk Dawn in their 75, potentially. Dusk Dawn's definitely a card I could potentially want to play around. Just a bit like this. I'm quite sure what the opponent's doing. They will just, like, play quality creatures and beat them down again. Like, our creatures are just, like, better quality than theirs, essentially. Pretty easy redraw here. Only one land, and it doesn't cast either half of our Voice of Resurgence here. This hand is, like, not exciting, but it's definitely a keep. I'm gonna bottom this, because we really need a colorless source. Ding, fries are done. It's a good hit. Little snares in their deck or not. Even a path here is, like, not bad for us. Lets us accelerate. Copter, no other play. God, that's so good at this game. It's like so unreasonably good. Look at this curve. It's quality curve. I'm gonna pat their Smuggler's Copter when they go to attack with the next turn, and then like play Reality Smasher and just like rail them. This deck's actually like really good against like Supreme Verdict type sweepers, right? We've got Voice of Resurgence and Matter Reshaper. Reflector Mage, that's rude. Assuming. Yep. Deal. That right on out of there. They have 5 cards in their hand, and they missed a land drop last turn, so we know they have 5 pieces of action in their hand. That's not what I want to do. Smushers get smushing. Let's go. And Ancient Tomb's a really good magic card, especially when it doesn't deal damage to you. Like, fair and balanced, really. Gideon, ally of Zendikar, sure. We had a land here, we can use the Displacer, it would be nice. Gosh, I'm so smart and thin. Alright, well, let's play this. Hey, Apprentice of Bolas, beep boop, we are here to play magical Hexicods and have a good time. What's going on? 9-month resubscription. Thank you for the continued support. I really do appreciate it. I guess I'm just attacking Gids for... Am I attacking Gids for this? Yeah, I think so. Let's just attack the Gideon. I don't want to displace the Reflector Mage so they could just Reflector Mage the Reality Smasher, so this is fine, I think. Then, I'm just going to play another Voice here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play another Voice out. This way, in case they have a sweeper, I get more value out of it. So I wouldn't put it past my opponent to have, like, Supreme Verdict in their deck. plays around. It's a little bit less resource efficient, but this plays around Supreme Verdict. Another Reflector Mage. Okay, this is probably gonna bounce my Displacer. Yep. What happens if I ship the squad into Gideon? Yeah, I could have gotten aggressive and thrown away my voice last turn to kill the Gideon. It could be potentially my opponent insulting off in chat. Oh yeah, I'll pull the chat up here in a second, or I'll just tell you what I said because what I said was great. My opponent's complaining. They're pointing out that I'm playing voice with colorless lands in my deck, and I said, "Look, buddy, if you're gonna play a tier 5 garbage deck, don't complain when you lose to another tier 5 garbage deck. That's the God's honest truth. Don't if your deck's tier 70, don't complain when you're losing to another tier 70 deck." Why won't you cast my spells? You want a snack? Okay, Dad's gonna go get you a snack. You want a bar? Okay. I hope they cast a sweeper here so I could complain about them playing a creature deck with a sweeper in it. Yeah, I got a bar for you. Alright. Alright. Alright, we got the quick 1-0-2-0. Our tier 5 garbage deck confirmed better than our opponent's tier 5 garbage deck. Any plans for a Hex later today? Probably not. We'll do Wednesday is gonna be all Hex all morning. Wednesday is the Hexy day. My Monday, Tuesday are usually pretty slammed. I don't usually get an extra stream time because I teach Tuesday nights this semester, and I have article deadlines Wednesday morning, so most of my first couple days of the week are slammed with other stuff. Just remedial math stuff at the local community college. Wait. Ooh, the coveted 1-0-1-0 pairing. Is this a mulligan? I feel like this is a mulligan. I feel like do nothing till turn 3 on the draw needs a takeover, right? Morning, Nero. Burgle has and this hand looks like it doesn't do anything till turn 3, but we have Ancient Tomb in our opening hand, so we actually have a turn 2 play. Yeah, this is great, right? I can go Matter Reshaper into turn 3 Reality Smasher, or potentially just turn 3 Thought-Knot, but at any rate, we are in the market for an Eldritch Evolution. Alright, could be a couple different things, likely some form of Death Shadow. Yeah, there's a lot of sweet decks people have been playing in Hex's standard format currently. I have a couple different things that I've been liking. Yeah, you don't want to, like... Oh, they took my Thought-Knot Seer. My poor Thought-Knot Seer. I'm gonna play this so we can fetch a tapped land. Probably grab the Overgrown Tomb. Nah, I guess I'll grab a Temple Garden, right? I only have one black spell in my deck. Gonna be, Yep. Shadow my Shadow. Good to go. Probably Matter Reshaper here, right? I feel like this is supposed to be Matter Reshaper. I could see like playing Displacer, but like I've got so many things to do with my mana for now that it's kind of gonna be tied up. Yep, 5/5. Lingering Souls. That's annoying. I'm definitely playing that. Alright, so what am I doing here? Am I just attacking with this Matter Reshaper? I guess I could evolve it into a Thragtusk, because I kind of don't want to attack. A couple different choices here. I could ship with the Matter Reshaper, and if they double block and we hit a land, I could double spell this turn, which is kind of appealing. They also might just, like, not block. The problem with Reality Smasher is that, like, they get to just, like, have a giant Death Shadow to kill us on the backswing with. It would be kind of nice to evolution this turn while my opponent, is tapped out and can't Stubborn Denial me, which is kind of appealing. Like, then the Stubborn Denial is, like, not likely to do anything. I don't think Searching Pontiff is something I'm really in the market for. Like, the upside to evolving this turn... I think I'm going to attack here. I think they might not... I guess if I attack and they don't block, they're going to have an 8/8. Yeah, that doesn't seem very good. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn this into a Thragtusk, I think. Turn this into a Thragtusk. I would love to put another Matter Reshaper onto the battlefield. That sounds great. Let's go to a nice healthy 18 here, pass the turn. This means if they don't hit a land that damages themselves, the Thragtusk keeps the Death Shadow in check here. By that, I mean it eats a Path to Exile. Which a Path to Exile is not the worst, right? It's going to give us a 3/3 and an extra land so we can double spell next turn. If we can survive to get this Displacer going, that would be ideal. I think if he attacks, I might run the double block. Okay, just no attack, deal. Yep, you got some souls. Really like a land. Path to Exile. Thought-Knot Seer. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Take a peekaboo. See what we're working with. Survey says they have a path. Okay. Interesting that they had... Okay, that's even more interesting. Guess I'll take a forest here. Opt, Fatal Push, Stubborn Denial. I'm just taking the Fatal Push, right? I really don't care about the rest of these. Can I just attack them with this Thragtusk? I want to attack with this Thragtusk. I either eat a spirit or I put them to 3. Nah, I feel like that's still kind of loose. I probably want to set up to just like kill them in one turn here. The problem is that like these spirits are pressuring us in the sky. Get like a Reality Smusher off the top, we're going to be in a great spot. You want more?
No.
You want water? Okay. You have a cup down here? Dad should have brought a cup down when he went upstairs last time, huh? He's not very smart. Yep, I'll get... Yep. Bunch of spirits. No blocks. Thank you for offering me blockers magic online. It's not like I don't have any flying creatures. Alright, so they have Stubborn Denial and then one card I don't know. Displacer. Okay, so... Am I just like setting up for like lethal over a couple of turns here? I feel like we are. It's just like this. And then it's Eldrazi Displacer. I think I want to take one here to play this Displacer out. That way they have to be kind of defensive with the attacks they make next turn, because I could just like blink this shadow and kill them potentially. I played Jund Assault Loam through a Modern League. Probably not. I don't know, it depends on how assaulty it is. Like, grindy control decks like that are just like a good way to end up frustrated with Modern. So if we hit a land, we get 2 Displacer activations next turn. And like, we get 1 Displacer activation guaranteed. So like, just this Death Shadow is going to be super great against us. Voice is really good in matchups like this. The 4th one's definitely going to come in. My opinion on Storm, I think Storm is one of the best decks in Modern right now. It's a very powerful linear deck. It's everything you want to be doing in Modern. Be linear and do something proactive. Alright, try and largely ignore what your opponent's doing. Now that looks pretty terrible. Alright, what are we attacking with, opponent? They have Stubborn Denial and 2 cards we don't know. That's a really aggressive attack. They must have drawn like another Lingering Souls here, right? No, so like for donation deck lists, I try to pick things that are like things I think I could actually win with. Okay, Snap Path's pretty good. Wonder what we're losing here. Are we just like losing the Displacer? Although I guess regardless of what they're pathing, I'm going to get at least 1 Displacer activation next turn, right? Because this gives me an extra land. Like I could Displacer plus do another one. I don't know if I'm going to get to Tooth of the Dale today or not, but the backlog's kind of large. I haven't decided what I'm doing after this yet. Probably not. Alright, so these things are getting pretty close to lethal here. I think I just want to play Displacer and pass here. So that way I can go activate Displacer at the end of my opponent's turn. And then like untap and have 2 more of them on my turn. They don't have bolts in their deck, so I don't really have to worry about getting burnt out here, which is nice. Is Blinking Tusk right now worthwhile? Maybe. Maybe it's worthwhile. Like, they have Stubborn Denial, and they're only drawing 1 card here. I guess just blinking Tusk is kind of cute, right? Like that's the meme dream. That's fair. I just don't beat displacing Thragtusk. I definitely hadn't considered that as a line. I should consider that as a line, but like hadn't considered it as a line. Dad's working right now, bud. Did your delve thread here, looks like? There's a track built in there already, buddy. Unless your mom took it apart. Looks like a delve thread. Smells like Teen Spirit on the other side of the board. Sure. Alright, can I lethal them? Can I lethal them is the other question I have to ask myself now. So I could go blink this, blink, blink, and then they're dead, right? So like I don't even need to displace the Thragtusk, right? So I this can't block, this can't block, this is gone. They block Thragtusk, they take 4, 5, 6, 9. Yes, this is just lethal. Displacer's great. Card's really powerful. Boop. Just boop all of their guys one at a time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's make sure. Right one here. This line makes way less... You're not wrong. Killing my opponent makes far less beast tokens. And we know their last card is Stubborn Denial from the Thought-Knot Seer earlier, so they're just dead here. Seeds, because they were just dead here. Alright, what are we doing? Certainly a Voice in matchup, certainly a Chameleon Colossus in matchup. This is a Relic of Progenitus matchup. It's probably not unreasonable. How do you feel about Cataclysmic Gearhulk? It's probably fine as well. Kitchen Finks and probably Evolution too. Leave a little bit to be desired. Like some evolutions are fine, but coming up on too many of them against Stubborn Denial is scary. Maybe it's not a 3 relic matchup. See that. I think of this. I think I want these other things here. Like Thrun's just like smaller than all their stuff. No, probably not. It's sweeter than Eldrazi Tron though. Is my random idea deck better than the established tier 1, tier 1.5 deck? No, probably not. Gearhulk seems real awkward as an alt sweeper. They really don't go that wide. The only thing they're going wide with is tokens, and like my board goes kind of wide too. I don't think I like this. Hey, Crimson with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome. I do appreciate it. The draw for game 2. Hey, it seems great, right? Turn 3 dork. It's got a path. It's got a relic. Sign me up. As always, folks, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday wherever you're at in the world. We're hanging out, playing some Modern this morning, some Eldrazi Evolution donation and deck list from one of my wonderful subscribers. Opponent is Mulligan. Yes, Mulligan again, opponent. Mulligan more. Go to 5, go to 4, go to 2. Mulligan scryed top. That's scary. Oh, now I liked my magic cards, opponent. Don't take them away from me. The relics are bad. I don't know if that's true, Bob. Like, Snapcaster Mage is very good. And, like, the fact that it just, like, hinders random things is fine, and it comes at a very low cost. We did win the last game. We, look at that. Relic is unplayable. Opponent takes the relic on 1. Get out of here. Get out of here, Bobby. You tell me my good cards are bad. I think the relics are fine. I don't think they're amazing, but I think they're fine. Yeah, like, I think it slows down the delve targets in a meeting. Oh, geez, we've got Voice of Resurgence to make Ceremonious Rejection bad. That's so hot. Anyone else hot and bothered? I'm kind of hot and bothered. I think we're going to go Voice of Resurgence off of these two, playing this land out. If they give us something to path, we can path at their end of turn. If they don't give us something to path, we can fetch a shock land tapped. Sounds great. Get this, play this. Get the Thought-Knot Seer next turn. Line me up, up, up. Now, I liked my Thought-Knot Seer opponent. Don't take him away from me. This is probably getting the Overgrown Tomb just in case we draw. Took my path. Okay, so they have a threat. Delve threat. Smells like Teen Spirit. Yep. I got they left Overgrown Tomb in there while I have a voice in play. It's kind of cute. This plus Exalted can attack through this Tasigur, which is nice. Got friendo. Detention Sphere. Fortunate for you. Actually, considering I drew another voice. What's going on, Looney Bob? Morning. Hanging out, playing some Modern. We are 1-0 in this league and up a game in the second match. I just feel like I don't think Relic is a good card. I'm not boarding it in because, like, this Relic is going to, like, beat my opponent's deck. But, like, Relic is a card where, like, I look at it and I go, well, this card's fine in the matchup. Like, it slows my opponent down in a meaningful way while having a minimal cost to me. And if I draw it after a point in which it would be good, it's still going to have a meaningful impact on things. This is a super aggressive attack. Come at me, bro. Yeah, come on. Come on. Come on. No blocks. Justin Mack with the 20-month resubscription. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome back. That's a long time. I appreciate the continued support. I am such a professional. Just the gosh darn professionalist right here. Back with these. They want to trade this for this. They have another voice that can come down that they don't know about. Voice is one of my favorite Magic cards too. 10 out of 10 agree. Great. Another one. Do I want to path now? I feel like I don't. I feel like I want to just sit on this. Because they might make an aggressive attack that just lets us kill them with the path next turn. Like, the path is guaranteed to resolve here, but, like, that's fine. The path is, like, basically guaranteed to resolve on my next turn, too, because I have two voices out. Like, my opponent made a really aggressive attack last turn, so they might make Nero Genus, keep up the good work. Hugeltron, Hugeldingler, Hugeldinger. Very, very generous cheer, Neo. I really appreciate that. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're going to add some extra both Hex and Magic streams this week, I think. Make up for some of my missed time. We missed some Hex time the last couple of weeks, and then I have a backlog of Magic donation decks, so... Yeah, I agree, Bob. As long as we just, like, alright, hang tight. You like this attack is just, like, super aggressive. Like, do they... Maybe I'm supposed to chump with the Voice of Resurgence, actually. They have, like... Is this, like, a Wrath of God coming? Lingering Souls? Okay. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So they were dead to a second piece of removal there. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and ship with my dorks now at this point. Just, like, get in there. And then I can path this Tasigur. They go to 3. Go ahead and do this. If they have Stubborn Denial, we get 2 tokens, so we don't care about that. I'm gonna hold on to this. Pass the turn here. It's very possible I should have thrown one of these under the Tasigur bus last turn to just, like, have another 4/4 in play. I'm gonna go to 5 here. Am I going to 5? I feel like I'm just going to 5. I guess if I chump here, it takes 2 turns to kill me with this. If they have another... Okay, yep. I guess this is just a cantrip, right? So, like, I want them to, like, not have another large threat, basically. It does make Displacer much better, you're not wrong. Oasis. It's pretty good, right? If I use this, that means I have to block all my stuff, right? I technically should have left a land up to represent Path to Exile here, right? Now they have to block 3 things. This leaves us dead to Collective Brutality, because it can drain us for 2. I feel like my opponent's going to 1 now. You lose? Uh-oh, why do I lose? Did I miss something? No, we lose to Collective Brutality. They're just like trying to find more Lingering Souls here. They could have pathed me there. God, Voice has been so good in these games. I love this card. One of my favorite modern legal Magic cards. I mean, it's literally unbeatable so far. If our data indicates we've broken Modern, and it literally hasn't lost a game. Good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for choosing to join us here. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a TCG player and content producer. And, you know, if you're enjoying what you see, please hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch, becoming a patron on Patreon, and doing like Nero Genus did and hitting those cheer button with the bits. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com will love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. Use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them. You'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you could save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using promo code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, and sleeves with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork they have on their website. And finally, SpareDeck.com. They offer kind of a unique service. They will rent you any physical, standard, or modern decks. You can rent a deck for a weekend or up to an entire month. Let's say you want to try out something sweet, new, like this Eldrazi Evolution deck, but you want to try it before you buy it. SpareDeck's a great service for doing something like that. To answer Kitchen Finks' Hex question, your best tools for beating Mono Blood with the Candles decks are putting some heavy-hitting alternative win conditions in your sideboard. The cards Candlelight and Yetigeddon are the 2 cards that I found are best for the Diamond Ruby Candles deck for attacking the Mono Blood decks. They let you grind a lot better. Yeah, this hand's fine, right? We don't, we have turn 2 Matter Reshaper, turn 3... Oh, I need a green source to turn 3 the Eldritch Evolution, right? But I have turn 3 Displacer after the Matter Reshaper. This deck is a flavor win, you're not wrong. Okay, Affinity, a deck where we're going to be happy that I have Pontiff in my deck. In fact, so happy I'm going to make sure I fetch this Overgrown Tomb out just in case we draw it. Alright, Voice of Resurgence. I'm going to go ahead and cast this now. Because if we hit the green source next turn, I definitely want to just, like, fire up my Reality Smasher and head off to the races. I think Momentum or Mill is better next. I mean, I don't really like any of the Mill decks that I've seen, so I like the Momentum deck a lot. Yetigeddon is gas. It sounds like gas because it is gas. Yetigeddon is wonderful. It's exactly what it sounds like. To answer your question, yes, is exactly what it sounds like. So, super punished here for having fetched the Overgrown Tomb. I need to path to exile the Steel Overseer now that we drew it, but I can't path to exile and play this Displacer. So I think we're just like not being mana efficient this turn. I literally like the Eldrazi as cards. I think this card is awful. I think this card should not be modern legal, but you know, while it is, let's play it. I think lands that make 2 mana, regardless of the restrictions on them, probably shouldn't exist in modern. So our one basic plane's catching us a little bit here. It's possible that fetching this with the prospect of like drawing our one thing, our one Pontiff was a little greedy. I should just like make sure I hedge and like always get white sources because of situations like this. Like if I had the Displacer down already, we'd be in a pretty good spot where it's like we're kind of medium here right now. Yeah, yep. I mean, like, and the thing you have to keep in mind too is that like you can win with anything on the ladder, right? Like Hex's standard format has a lot of diversity in it, so like even kind of mediocre decks you can win with if you're playing well. Just like, what are the appeal? Like, it makes things like that fun. Oh, we're probably dead because I'm behind a turn from this Displacer. So we might be dead either way. Although I guess if we draw a Pontiff here, we're gonna be like A-okay, right? Although we're taking a potentially lethal hit here. This is gonna be like 11 points of damage down to 3. We're probably dead no matter how I slice it, actually. Another path to exile. Okay, I mean, we're just gonna die to the other things. Yep. Alright, better cards in here. We don't really have a ton of cards for this matchup. Linvala's fine. Gearhulk's fine. Kataki's fine. I guess Kitchen Finks is like okay. I have a Reclamation Sage too. Thought-Knot Seer is pretty terrible, right? It's just like kind of clunky and awkward. This is probably not a Thragtusk matchup, although I guess potentially I could need to gain a bunch of health. Like this probably isn't a Thragtusk matchup. Maybe it's not a Voice matchup either. The actual stats on Voice aren't particularly impressive. Maybe this is best. I think today is just going to be Magic and we'll do just Hex tomorrow. My goal is to try and get like 2 leagues in today. I need to work through my backlog of donation lists for Magic. It doesn't block though, right? Like that last game, my opponent just had mono flying troops. Like the Affinity deck has a lot of evasive threats. Well, Linvala right here. It's great. Yeah, we're gonna play something else off my donation deck list queue. I haven't decided what. These are decks people have sent me money to play. So we're gonna play something else off of here. Probably another modern deck. I think I want to do all modern today. People tend to stay for the same format, and then we'll do all legacy probably Thursday. Maybe we'll do the red-black moon deck. The red-black moon deck's the oldest one I have in there. They've been waiting the longest. This hand's pretty mediocre, right? Like, it's got 2 pieces of interaction, but, like, we can't actually kill our opponent. This, yeah, this hand's fine. That's super exciting, but fine. Oh, Melira stops Blinkmoth. Yeah, 10 out of 10. In fact, when I put the Melira in my board, I was like, this card can come in against Affinity, so it's fine. I should have put this in over the... There's a 4th Voice in my deck right now. Should 10 out of 10 have Melira in my deck instead of the 4th Voice. I mean, a lot of the modern decks we're playing are like super proactive. I've been rejecting a lot of the deck lists from people that are like submitting things that aren't proactive. I'm gonna top this and just fetch it away here. Yeah, turn 2 Kataki could be fine. It depends on how wide they go here. They play enough stuff out, it's probably fine. Alright, yeah, they played Darksteel Citadel. Alright, yeah, let's just go get a Kataki. So, remember, Eldritch Evolution is up to 2 more, so I can go get a 2-drop off of a 1-drop with Eldritch Evolution. For a real professional, we'll just draw Eldrazi Temple here, so we can go this into this and just start beating him down. Look, my opponent doesn't have a play. That's pretty unlucky. Are sideboard cards good in Modern? Anyone? Does anyone know? Sideboard cards good in Modern? Man, that Hogland, he's such a professional that he was going to draw the Eldrazi Temple, and he did. Woo! Woo! Rum! 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 Off to the races, ladies and gentlemen. Off to the races. Gas it up, ladies and germs. Gas it up. You get to play this Plains and displace 2 things next turn and attack for lethal. Seems Dece plus even. Just dead, opponent. You are just dead. How about if I blink you? With enough, yep. I mean, like, this deck in theory, right, is kind of like Bant Eldrazi with Eldritch Evolution to draw more sideboard cards. It concedes to the lethal land. Alright, yeah, this should be out, this should be in. Any other changes because I'm a bonehead? I think this is fine. Let's do it. Do it. Fire it up. Gonna get him. Gonna get him. Gonna get them drunk. Get them love drunk off our evolutions. Check it out. Did I already have the red-black moon deck imported? I forget. Didn't import the red-black moon deck. I should do that. Gaddock Teeg doesn't stop creature spells. I know you're being facetious, but you should know what Gaddock Teeg is if you're going to make a joke. Because Birds of Paradise is just Noble Hierarch 5 and 6. You know, I don't really think we want more than 6 mana creatures, and Noble Hierarch's the better one. It doesn't make black mana, but we only have 1 black creature, and this gives Exalted, which is relevant. Yeah, basically you get to just be like, you get to do like the typical modern like linear game 1 plan, and then like post board you get to kind of pivot and like bring in specific answers that you can evolution into, like give you some flexibility. And this is a good example of a hand that's just like not good enough, right? It's like lands and spells, but it doesn't do anything till turn 3. Teeg does stop Thoughtcast. Teeg does 10 out of 10 stop Thoughtcast. Pretty easy redraw here. Keep this on the draw with the scry. Bottom. We're gonna brick and die, but I stand by my decision to brick and die. Because Kataki. I mean, this is about as fair as you can get while still being competitive, right? Worth noting, this makes red mana, so they can potentially Galvanic Blast. Potentially Galvanic Blast to Kataki. I mean, do we have bad control matchups? I've got Voice of Resurgence, Matter Reshaper, Thought-Knot Seer, and Reality Special. These are like all cards the control deck doesn't want to play against, right? White source, white source, white source, white source, white source, white source, white source. I am such a Magic professional. Just the gosh darn greatest. Greatest Magic player NA. Even if they have the Galvanic Blast, I get to Eternal Witness this back next turn. Don't let your memes be dreams, children. Don't let your memes be dreams. Never didn't have it. Did you poop, child? Yeah, you did. Alright, I gotta change a diaper. I'll be right back. Alright. No blocks. That was such a great draw. I'm so good at this. So good at this. And then next turn I can evolve this into a Reclamation Sage. And Rec Sage this Arcbound Ravager. Is this deck actually good? I think this deck might actually be good. It feels like it has the tools to do things you want to be doing. Alright, so this guy, trigger him. I would love to put that onto the battlefield. I'm just gonna Rec Sage this, right? Am I gonna Rec Sage that? Now that I have a Displacer? Then I have a Displacer, do I care? This is probably just Reality Smasher, right? The classic post-combat Reality Smasher. Sure. We old Whip Flare, sure. Land. Gosh, I'm just the luckiest. Ancient Tomb is great. You know what card should be modern legal? Ancient Tomb, but only one deck should get to play it. That sounds reasonable and fair. There's Ancient Tomb in modern and only one deck gets to play it. This deck right here gets to play it. Alright, put you to 1. GG, opponent. Look. We dropped a game, but we won the match, so slow and steady. Slow and steady slogs through the race. Just a professional. Best modern deck NA, seriously. In case you were wondering. This deck could even play Stony Silence on the board if you wanted. If you really wanted it that badly. Like, I'm not sure if we need, like, these Kitchen Finks. Like, these in the board might not be necessary. So you could play more hate cards, right? Print actual, yeah, exactly. Print actual Ancient Tomb. Hey, Darania with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you, and welcome. I do appreciate that. Subscriptions are the best way you can support my content here, so I do appreciate. There's 2 Kitchen Finks in the main deck. These are Kitchen Finks 3 and 4 in the sideboard. These are Finks 3 and 4 in the sideboard. So I don't know that we need Finks 3 and 4 in the board. Love to play first. Yeah, it seems fine. It's not super exciting, but fine. I guess if we hit a land, it's actually pretty good, right? Hey, Sesamato with the 4-month sub. Prime sub never makes sense on when it wants to show. It's like 28 plus 1 D4 days on when you get to re-up your Prime sub. Just don't ask questions. Just accept that it's random. All right, well, maybe we're going to get to play against one of them control decks people have been asking about. Alright, here's my Kitchen Finks. These WotC coverage accounts are such horseshit. Like, the fact that they just, like, don't have to pay to play, and, like, they get to take money out of the system by beating people is so ridiculous. Alright, what do you got, opponent? Show me what you're working with. Negate, Snapcaster Mage, a bunch of cards that don't matter. Yeah, probably. I just take money out of the system. Correct. The WotC coverage account should not be allowed to play. I don't think they should be able to be allowed to play in leagues, period. I think if you want to give these people, or like, if they're gonna let them play in leagues, like, give these people free cards, but like, make them put their own money into the system. Does the negate not matter? I guess I could just, like, not cast this Eldritch Evolution, right? Is that, like, the plan? Just, like, never cast this Eldritch Evolution? But, like, if I take the negate, I could evolve this Kitchen Finks into a Smasher next turn. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna take the negate so I can get a Smasher next turn. For those asking, WotC coverage accounts are Magic Online God accounts that, in addition to having all of the cards, they also just get to... are we just Field of Ruining me? Sure. They also just get to play in leagues for free. We'll come back. Yeah, I like smashing this turn too. Just break some realities here. Put them dead on board. Alright, don't top deck a Wrath on me, opponent. Hey, Yahtzee! Alright, so Rex Sage is coming in because they probably have Detention Sphere on top of other things. Sir Teaglesworth seems great. I don't think we're ever going to evolution for this, but like saying, hey, your Supreme Verdicts aren't castable, all this is in play seems wonderful. Run the Last Troll seems fine. Orzhov Pontiff is pretty terrible. Since I'm cutting that, I'm actually going to cut this Overgrown Tomb and just board down a land. We've got plenty of mana sources anyways. If I want any of these other cards that we have, I guess I could play Eidolon to turn their Snapcaster Mages off. I don't hate that. Although I guess Finks is just like good against sweepers if I have them, right? So like what cards do I not want at this point? I probably don't mind trimming a couple mana creatures, right? I'm gonna get rid of 2 birds. I don't want to slow down too much, but I think getting rid of 2 birds is fine. Cutting an evolution or 2 is probably fine, and then maybe I don't want this Eidolon. What do you feel about this? I think I like this. How do we like this configuration? I wouldn't hate keeping some, like, one bird, but oh, cut a path. Yeah, I don't hate that. They have Gideons and Celestial Colonnades, so no, I think cutting all of the paths is wrong, but down a path seems fine. Also, occasionally, like, we're gonna path our own thing in response to a sweeper. 3 paths is really aggressive. I don't think I want to board out 3. Gearhulk seems way too cute. Let's try this. Let's try this. I think 3 paths is fine. I think Relic's a little narrow. Usually their only graveyard card is Snapcaster. This hand too slow on the draw. I'm gonna keep this. It's got all of our colors in it. We get to go 3, 4, 5. They have Spreading Seas, and they have, and I'm just, you gotta believe in the heart of the cards here, ladies and gentlemen. When you know the top card of your deck's the mana creature, just keep everything. Just keep everything. Wide Eye Snap keeps, you know. So good at Magic. I'm gonna take an extra point here because I'd rather have them spread this than spread my Wooded Bastion. Professional, Tumos. Not Looker. Professional. Punish the coverage accounts. Down with coverage accounts! Alright, so I'm 10 out of 10 attacking with this. The question now becomes, do I want to jam a TKS into a potential mana leak here, or do I just want to play Eldrazi Displacer? Displacer, like, isn't particularly good in this matchup in general, so I'm kind of inclined to just, like, play the Displacer out. Do I want to play this Birds of Paradise as well? So if I play Birds of Paradise, I'm going to have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana next turn. I think I'm just going to play Windswept Heath and Eldrazi Displacer. Yep, and I think, again, this is not unreasonable. They're pretty pot committed, just like mana leak whatever I cast here, so I keep my board small. Now I put 1 bird back in. Awesome, Night Vapor. Thanks for the feedback. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, and again, my only problem with the Wizards of the Coast accounts, I think giving people with all the cards is whatever, like, that's a fine reward. My biggest problem with the Wizards of the Coast accounts is that they take money out of the system. Like, if they made the people playing on these accounts put money in for tickets, I think that would be perfectly fine. But the fact that these accounts are just, like, taking money away from people that are putting money to play Magic Online, I don't think that's reasonable. I'm going to attack with this. The question now becomes, do I want to jam into something here, or do I want to just pass the turn? Part of me wants to just pass the turn, right? Just like, this is a pretty obvious, like, snap leak or a cryptic command. I mean, these accounts exist because they give them to people that are doing Magic coverage, right? I feel like I want to just pass here. I feel like there's a good chance my opponent just can't use their mana this turn, so I'm going to pass. They could Field of Runes my colorless sources here, which is actually kind of a reason to jam. Search, sure. That's a phenomenal draw because it lets me play this Thought-Knot Seer through a mana leak. Well then. I'm just gonna take the Snapcaster Mage, right? And then, like, I attack them. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the Snapcaster Mage. I'm gonna hit them to 7. They're gonna Verdict. I'm gonna hit them with Reality Smasher, and then they'll Verdict. They'll hit them with Reality Smasher, and they'll die. That's how Magic works, right? I don't want them to play the Snapcaster Mage as a gain 4 there. Yeah, man. Oh, they're just dead, right? Because the Finks comes back? Oh, baby. Anyone think our control matchup's bad still? Anyone still think our control matchup's bad? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone in chat, have we convinced them that Modern is broken and this is the deck you need to play? Just cracked it clean in half. Welcome to reality. Alright. You ever smack talk my boy Kitchen Finks again. Let's get him done. Ride him down. Man, we've only been playing for an hour. 4 matches in an hour. Let's go. Let's go! We've already made those sweet fun bucks. All of the bucks are very fun. No, we lost. We're 4-0, Bobby. We dropped a game to Affinity. I think this deck is fine. I think this deck is objectively fine. It's playing a bunch of very reasonable Magic cards in an okay configuration. It's got like enough interaction to like keep up with things that are faster than you most likely, while also just like having really awesome nut draws on things. Tier 5 garbage deck confirmed. Yep. When will we be doing commentary for standard events again? So Matt and I have been contracted to do commentary for all of the NRG championship events through the first half of next year, and hopefully longer than that, assuming the coverage goes well. So their 2017 championship is going to be on December 16th, and it's going to have standard, modern, and legacy in it. So definitely make sure you check that out when it happens. I think the Teeg is great. I think this Teeg is awesome. I don't think the sideboard Kitchen Finks are stellar. Like, they were fine there, but like we have 2 in the main. I wouldn't hate like these Finks being something like Stony Silence or just some other like powerful hate card. We've not been contacted by Hex to do bash coverage again. Also, like the bash coverage was like kind of done out of the kindness of our heart. They didn't pass for that, so I'm not sure that Matt and I are going to do Hex coverage again unless they open up their wallet. Because like doing coverage is not easy. It's a lot of work, and like on top of being a lot of work, like we have to like take off a day from like playing the Hex bash, and like I enjoy playing in events, right? So like in order to not play the old 4-0-2-1 pair down, it's quality Magic Online stuff. Sounds pretty good, right? We can't actually cast this Path to Exile on 1, but like we've got turn 2 this, turn 3 this. AK, never didn't have it. Could be a control deck, could be Grixis Shadow, probably a control deck. They haven't been chalking themselves. Yeah, I don't think Rip is a card we want in our Voice of Resurgence Kitchen Finks deck. To go out on a limb. Yeah, I could see a Scoozer too. It's like another health gain card. Am I getting Culligan's commanded? Click, sure. Looking like some kind of Grixis control deck. Weird they did this during my upkeep and not my draw step. I'll lose the Thought-Knot, I assume, here. So 10 out of 10 playing this. I'm gonna start by attacking with this reality Matter Reshaper. Oh, maybe I should have played... I was probably playing the Noble Hierarch, right? Right, well that's good for me. Now I don't have to path this. It's kind of a shame that that wasn't a land, because then we could play Thragtusk this turn. That worked out. Worked out fine. It looks like our opponent's playing some kind of Grixis control deck, which is probably a good matchup for us. Although Anger of the Gods is pretty good against all of our value creatures. It could be Grixis Fairies. This is definitely a card that like Fairies or Control could play. Hopefully they tap out again here so that way we can play this Reality Smasher. A Snap Serum Vision? Snap Serum Vision would be so good for us. Yep. Opponent does not know about either of these cards. They know about these three. They saw the Eldritch Evolution off of the Matter Reshaper trigger. It's a Delve creature? Feels like a Delve threat. Oh no, we're dead. Okay, good stuff. They're playing Grixis Goryo. Magic's fun. Magic is interesting and interactive. This is probably a Gaddock Teeg matchup. Pontiff is not good. Yeah, Eidolon's good. Teeg's fine. Relic's fine. Think of anything else here? Oh, I guess Linvala is good, right? It makes their Gristlebrand not be able to activate. Pimped Up Monk. Modern is a fun, interactive format. Legacy, though, that's crap. It's all combo decks with the 6-month resubscription. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome back. There's a ban. So the thing I was commenting on was that we're 4-0 in this league, and our opponent is 2-1. So, like, opponent's deck is very high variance. So, like, if Magic Online worked slightly harder to put us against, like, we waited less than a minute to pair into this down pair. So, because, like, when you're 4-0, you're much less likely to face decks like my opponents. So, it is what it is. We're gonna die and we'll finish 4-1, but that's like, you know. Yeah, but like, we're not gonna win the game from there. Which is fine. I mean, that's what it is, right? So, like, people often ask me why, like, I stopped traveling to play Magic. And, like, a lot of Magic events these days, especially competitive ones in the SCG Tour, they're, like, all Modern. And while Modern's, like, a fun format to, like, slam into each other on Magic Online, where, like, the costs are very low. Like, if I flew across the country and died to that, I'd be very, very frustrated. Because there's just, like, there's nothing I could do about it, right? And, like, there's a lot of matches in Modern that you lose that is just, like, oh, I died and there was nothing I can do. And, like, that's just a symptom of how the format is. And, like, I'm not upset that we lost there. I'm just commenting on the fact that, like, had Magic Online been working to pair us based on record, we wouldn't be playing against this opponent in the deck that they're playing. Right? Is, like, the reality of it. Legacy's a format I enjoy when Magic standard formats are fun. They're much lower variance than a format like Modern. Hex is fantastic. Hex's standard format's a lot of fun. I don't think we're gonna get to Hex today, Devron. I need to plow through some donation deck lists. We'll see how quickly the next donation list goes. I'm actually gonna fetch Shock and play this Voice here, I think, before I do anything else. Banning Dorkos left and right. Steam Flogger Boss with the cheer. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do appreciate it. Draw 2, discard 2. Okay, my Relic's gonna go to work. Yeah, I'm gonna make my opponent exile cards from their discard pile here in response to this. Just like get one less Emrakul in their deck. Because I think 2 relics is pretty likely to hold them at bay. Lands? Yeah, Thought-Knot Seer. It's fine. Alright, this game's over. You got, opponent. What you got, friendo? A lot of stuff. Anger of the Gods. Well, that's scary. I guess I'm taking that one away. Maybe there should be a... Because Anger is good against us, I wonder if we should have some Burrington Forge Tenders in our board. Like, that's a card that would be good against Burn and applicable somewhere else. So, like, Forge Tender over the Kitchen Finks is probably a reasonable swap. We're going to play more Modern after this. I've got a bunch of Legacy and Modern donation lists. Nobody wants to see Standard. So we'll see. I guess if they hit a land here, we're actually dead, right? Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm dead to a land. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I should have taken the Emrakul out of their hand. God, I'm so lucky. I'm so dumb and so very lucky. Skip Dash with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you, and welcome. That was a bad play. For those that are here, I did not realize that I'm a bad play. I did not realize that it was a bad play, but it was. We weren't punished for it because they missed on 3 draws. Because I'm as lucky as I am done. Hey, Azintoth, I keep subbing, hoping that I will get some of your luck by osmosis. 5-month 3 subscription. Thank you, and welcome back. So I've been playing more Grixis Delver and Legacy, and it's a meme how much better that deck is than everything. It really is. Just like a bulk of the variety that exists in Legacy as a format is because people like playing bad decks. This is a no justice stream, we know that. Is turn 3 Thought-Knot fast enough on the draw? It might not be, right? Although it seems just like really, yeah, I'm just gonna keep this. My opponent mulligan. We just like, I feel like we just don't beat my opponent's really fast starts with this deck. So I'm just gonna keep a hand that's like kind of okay. Like if they have their quick start, they have their quick start. Like what's the 7 we're looking for? Like, am I mulliganing for a relic? And like, relic's not even good against their turn 2 start. Like, that's one of the things that's about Modern. It's like, I genuinely can't beat their nut draws, so like, why am I mulliganing to try and beat their nut draws, right? There's like, there aren't like, even if I had a relic here on one, like, there's nothing I can do about it. Opponent doesn't have a second. I am such a lucky piece of poop. Man, just the gosh darn luckiest piece of poop there ever was. He's gonna hit the land and kill me this turn, but like, sure, why not? Just the hottest of run hots. Okay, opponent's got two copies of Goryo's Vengeance here, so I guess we'll take one. If they miss again, we'll get to win. All right. Never forget, folks, that Magic's a skill game and the better player always wins. Just, you know, remember, anyone that goes undefeated in any event ran hot to do so. Magic is a game that has a lot of variance by design. So, like, whenever someone's like, oh, I just, you know, I top 8'd that event because I'm good at Magic. It's like, no, that's genuinely not true. Because, like, people that are good at Magic only have, like, 65, 70% win rates. And I hope that you realize that you need to have a much higher win rate than that to top 8 most events. So there's our 16 treasure chests and our 180 play points. So I like this deck a lot. And not just because, like, even if we'd have lost that match, my assessment would have still been that I like this deck a lot, I think. If I was going to make changes to this deck before playing it again, I think these Kitchen Finks in the sideboard are not particularly impressive. I think I would probably try like Burrington Forge Tender or more targeted hate pieces in these slots. I think this main deck is stellar. I don't think I'd change anything in the main deck. So, at any rate, we're not done for the day.